Welcome back to Bible and Blues. Today I did something different. We after work, I enticed one of my coworkers, Dan, to sit down and have a little chit chat about something it's kind of all over the news and has to do with RFID chips. And one of the things that I do is I deal with RFID tagging for work for packages sometimes, especially in light of if you're selling something to the government, a lot of times they need that. But also other places do as well. And, we all have RFID tags for our pets. Well, not all of us, but some of us do, things like that. But I kind of enticed him into discussing this a little bit. So stick around after I'm going to tag on another clip that is a Bible reading. And because I tried to do a Bible reading the other day, and no sound worked on my phone for some reason. I'm not sure what happens if I just didn't push the microphone in far enough or what. I don't know. But so I'll be doing a Bible reading that I'll tag on after the talk, and introduce you to Dan a little bit. And I'm kind of hoping to catch him a little bit more often. He's a really smart guy, very well studied in the Bible. And so he has a different point of view. He has some different points of view than I do. But we get along really well. So check it out and enjoy. All right. Welcome back to Bible and Blues. I am Cameron, your host. Today we have my coworker Dan, my friend here, fellow Christian, fellow seeker of truth and light in the world. Oh, okay. So, but I'm incorporating him today. I'd actually like to bring him in on some more videos too, because I do consider him a relatively intelligent person in spite of his job.
Well, and my coworkers.
And his coworkers. Because we're doing a subject that's, okay, microchipping, okay? Have you heard the story? There's a company in Wisconsin, it is called 3 Square Market, that has started a voluntary microchipping on their employees. And so they're actually implanting a microchip, and it's supposed to go like right in this area right here. And it was voluntary. And out of 80 employees, apparently 50 agreed to it. Okay. So the first thought is, what? And, so where do you think this could possibly go wrong?
Well, where couldn't it go wrong?
Okay.
So, I mean, we start off with a benevolent idea. Yeah, it's going to be like Apple Pay or anything else where we're just sliding it in, and it makes it easy, and it's
door locks,
convenient. Oh yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. We can.
But
you don't have to log into your computer anymore,
right. But I mean, the technology is there. What else could they do with it? Okay, they say that there's not going to be a problem because there's no GPS on it, but it's an RFID code. There's a lot of things you could do with it.
There's a lot of things. I mean, just kind of think, not even getting into it, and I brought this up to, we're both Christians, and we both have a strong belief in the end of times concept,
right,
and mark of the beast concept, and
right,
things like that. No matter where it came from, we have a certain amount of belief in that concept. Now, is microchip the mark of the beast? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, exactly.
But
that's like saying, I was actually watching some videos recently that was talking, that brought back the whole concept of Obama said this. You say it backwards, it says "Hail Satan."
Ooh.
So I didn't believe that either at the time.
Yeah.
So, I didn't believe.
Yeah. No.
I didn't believe that Obama was the Antichrist.
No.
I don't believe Trump is either.
Nope.
But.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, where to go from there?
My viewers are.
But the way that they sell the mark of the beast in Revelation partially is that without it you could not engage in commerce. You couldn't. It was going to also make it safer to engage in commerce because then you knew who everybody was. Everybody was
Hence
on the same
concept
page.
of the microchip could be an effect of that.
Yeah, it's not. It also, I mean, on one aspect, I don't want to do anything that I might want my dog, to have to go through too, so I can identify it later on.
Right. My dog's microchipped.
Well, that's good. That's great. That's very,
very, very, very modern. I mean.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you're so trendy. And fashionable. Anyway,
it's the beard.
It is the beard. But no, I just it just it's probably fine at this point, but it makes me wonder where it could go.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to get to a point where certain companies will say you have to be microchipped in order to work here? Where and at this point in time, I see it as a real privacy issue.
Yeah, and the thing is that a company could theoretically do that because as a private entity, they can make that a part of your contract.
Yeah,
and you're free not to work there.
You are,
but
you can choose to work someplace else.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to force it on employees who are currently there at the time they put it in, but any incoming employees would require it. And like I said, to me, it's a real privacy thing, because if you're using that same thing for your purchases as well,
right?
Well, now we already have. I mean, you use your card anywhere, or you make any. You even search for something on Google.
Yeah.
You search for something on Google or Amazon, and next thing you know, on Facebook, they're showing you advertisements for that thing that you just looked at.
Yeah, and with the RFID chip, the other thing that I worry about is you look at the Olympics that was held in Russia. One of the things that they were warning people coming in about was that things could be scanned. There were RFID chips and their credit cards and stuff that could be scanned by third parties that are not official. And if this is connected to pay, who outside of that work? I mean, is it going to be that specific that like nobody else can find the frequency? Or because it seems to me like if they could find the frequency in Russia for athletes coming from heaven knows where,
we know things like passwords are not safe.
Right.
PIN numbers are not safe.
Right.
I mean, you use your debit card and you think it's going to be safe with a PIN number, then you find out that the keypad was a fake and it's actually sending a signal to somebody else.
Right, right.
It was an overlay of a keypad.
Well, and is this beta testing, or is this?
Well, yeah. Is this? I mean, is this
like the wave of the future for them? Is it just something they're trying out? I mean, we don't know that at this point. But
the company says the chip is FDA approved. Oh, lovely.
Woot. The FDA approves of and disapproves of many things.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can go to any other country and find things that.
It is removed similar to a splinter. After it's been in there for a little bit, it's no longer just removing like a splinter. It actually takes a minor surgical procedure to get it out.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think your body is going to react to it. It's like it's just a natural occurring phenomenon.
No.
And with splinters, why would it with that?
And there's other things that's been concerned, as I've heard other people bring up. And that's that, I mean, the scar tissue could have an issue. This supposedly there's not a lot of tendons right there, but there are still tendons there for your hand. I mean, you're having a professional do it.
Right.
Of course, little things like that and scar tissue. I mean, really, if you really wanted to do something, I'd be like, can I opt for something like a ring? A ring of power.
Yes.
A ring of RFID.
Decoder ring.
I mean, really, you could. I mean, if you can fit it that small, you can fit that inside my my fancy dancy pinky ring that I people stopped picking on me about a while ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
I hate when the other kids aren't nice.
Yeah, it happens. Such haters. My son got over it though.
Oh, that's good.
He stopped picking on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the concept of a ring would do the same thing.
Right.
My hand would be in the proximity, and I would have the option of removing it. Okay.
This has a little more permanent feel, even though it can be removed. I mean,
without a surgical procedure.
Tattoos, yeah.
Well, I'm not all for tattoos either, but
no,
I'm not all against them.
No, but I mean, they can be removed too.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah, tattoos.
All it takes is money and occasionally laser ablation and pain and
pain, a little discomfort. Whatever.
So, and I mean, I wonder too if it. I hate to use slippery slope because that's one of those arguments that can really go silly pretty quickly. But I mean, are we just becoming inured to it by, tattooing and body modifications? Like, we have some very interesting people in Seattle who like to have implants.
Oh yeah,
so that they look more like a Klingon, or
or they gauge their ears or their nose or their lower lip or their cheek. I've seen all that.
And I mean, I'm used to seeing it, so it's not a weird thing. I wouldn't do it, but
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't look very good with it either.
You'd look great.
I'm sure I would.
You should do it. If you want to do that,
Engage my bottom lip, maybe.
I'd help you with that.
I bet you would. We got tools.
I got towels.
Yeah.
I'll just wipe them off with a little alcohol swab, and we're good to go.
Sure.
Sure. So, anyway,
yeah,
this is kind of a subject I want to kind of broach. I really appreciate you sitting down with me.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah.
And people, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
Would you go in and would you get a chip made, put in if your company asked you to?
Yeah.
Is it something that would bother you? Would it freak you out? So let me know in the comments down below. Say hi to Dan, and I'll talk to you later.
Peace out.
Okay, how'd you like that? What did that spark any thoughts in your mind about things like RFID chips, or if you're a rapture believer? I mean, end of days concepts. There's also just the very thought of your own privacy, and is this something that's okay for your coworker, for your work to suggest you do? Now, and again, in the story, they didn't force them to do it. This was a voluntary thing. And I think a lot of people, people have become so accustomed to things like, your cell phones and things like that that are so, prominent in our lives, and the computers that we use, and YouTube and all that stuff. And, we have your credit cards are now on things with RFID tags now, and things like that. So for many people, the next step is to just put it, have something embedded in you, and we won't have to worry about currency anymore, and yada yada yada. Okay, so I think we made our views fairly clear on that. So give me some thoughts on that. So today, because I did it with my phone at work, just like I often do, and for some reason the sound didn't work. So we're a little behind, and we're doing Psalm 144. For me, it's again. That's okay. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Psalm 144. Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. He is my loving God and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield in whom I take refuge, who subdues peoples under me. O Lord, what is man that you care for him, the son of man that you think of him? Man is like a breath, his days are like a fleeting shadow. Part your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, so that they spoke. Send forth lightning and scatter the enemies. Shoot your arrows and rout them. Reach down your hand from on high. Deliver me and rescue me from the mighty waters, from the hands of foreigners whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hands are deceitful. I will sing a new song to you, O God. On the 10-string lyre I will make music to you, to the one who gives victory to kings, who delivers his servant David from the deadly sword. Deliver me and rescue me from the hands of foreigners whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hands are deceitful. Then our sons in their youth will be like well-nurtured plants, and our daughters will be like pillars carved to adorn a palace. Our barns will be filled with every kind of provision. Our sheep will increase by thousands, by tens of thousands in our fields. Our oxen will draw heavy loads. There will be no breaching of walls, no going into captivity, no cry of distress in our streets. Blessed are the people of whom this is true. Blessed are the people whose God is the Lord. Here's reading of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So if you have any content, any ideas, some comments down below, let me know what you think about whether it's the subjects you talk about. Maybe it's the reading that I just did. What do you think about some of these concepts? So you see, it's been really hot around here. We had a lot of wildfires recently north of us, up in Canada and stuff, and a lot of the smoke is blowing down here, and it's affecting my throat a little bit. So if I sound a little off, that's why. I feel healthy, however, my throat's a little bit sore. So I'm going to knock off here, and but you have a great night and enjoy yourselves. I hope to get this posted up shortly, and I'll talk at you later. God bless.